Alright everybody, welcome back to WWE Raw Aftermath number 2. And this is going to be a little bit late than I'd like to. Since I've been working on other projects lately, just didn't have any time to do it. But so Raw this past Monday, I don't even know what to say. It was bad. It was pretty bad. I really don't know what to say about it. It was bad. It was not a great way to start off 2015. And one thing I should say, oh yeah, the commentary. Michael Cole and JBL were still there, which, whatever. And I guess Jerry Lawler was sick, I think. Yeah, I think he was sick. I think he's in the hospital with some type of sickness. So Booker T replaced him. And I actually do like Booker T as a commentator. He's different from the other guys. You know, he's actually pretty entertaining on commentary, you know. I'd rather have him and Renee Young just do commentary because they're the only two good announcers or entertaining announcers in the company right now. So anyway, the show starts with the entire roster in the ring, and apparently the first order of business from the Authority was to have them all in the ring, and they addressed them face to face. And so Triple H and Stephanie McMahon, they pretty much did the same thing that they've been doing. And it's just the same thing every time. You know, it's like they always know what's best for business and blah, 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 and stuff like that. And then Triple H mentions Brock Lesnar and John Cena. And he announces that it will now be a triple threat match. And it's going to be John Cena versus Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins. It's now a triple threat match. And while Seth Rollins definitely deserves to be in the main event spot, I really can't help but think of the possibilities. I mean, I do have a feeling that the way that they're going to do it is that they're going to have either Cena or Lesnar win and then have Rollins cash in on them. I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen. But, you know, what if Rollins actually wins? You know, not saying that he will, because he probably won't. He probably won't win the triple threat match, but what if he actually won? You know, wouldn't that make his Money in the Bank briefcase already more useless than it already is? I mean, it's just kind of weird. But anyway, the Authority pretty much declared John Cena Appreciation Night, aka every Monday. But yeah, so and then they make Dolph Ziggler versus Bad News Barrett for the Intercontinental title. And Ziggler initially won in like 2 minutes or so. And then Kane comes out and, you know, he now has his Director of Operations job or whatever his title was. And Corporate Kane, don't even get me started on that. Just go back to the mask, please. But anyway, he ends up making it a 2 out of 3 falls match. And long story short, Bad News Barrett wins the Intercontinental Championship. And Bad News Barrett, after he gets beat initially, before the whole match change, he ends up really just attacking Ziggler, like, mercilessly. And I really like that, because the week prior, it really seemed like they wanted to make him a babyface, which I really didn't think that was a good idea. While I do like the Bad News Barrett character, I really don't think it would have been that great of an idea to have him as a babyface. I really don't think the character would work as a babyface. So anyway, Bad News Barrett wins the Intercontinental title. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I do like him as IC champion. I am hoping that this will kind of lead to bigger stuff for Ziggler, but let's just continue on. The Ascension came down to the ring, and then they ended up mentioning Demolition and the Road Warriors. And they said that they would destroy Demolition and throw the Road Warriors right off the road. And I really don't think that's a good idea. I really think that they're making a mistake by now openly acknowledging them being similar to the Road Warriors and, Demolition. It's like, just let them be their own team. God. Yeah, they look similar, but keep it in the back of your head, Just let them be their own team, But anyway, next up was Roman Reigns versus Big Show, and it was pretty much the match you'd expect it to be. It was pretty much the match that you would kind of expect to see from these two. It was okay. It was really nothing special. Roman Reigns ended up beating Big Show via disqualification, And so next up, it was Nikki Bella versus Natalya. And then right after Nikki Bella and Natalya entered, Paige ends up entering. And at first I was excited because finally they're going to be doing something with Paige. But then I realized that it was Total Divas related. And that kind of saddened me a little bit. But at the same time, they're at least doing something with Paige again. Which, yeah, even if it is Total Divas related, which that show is complete garbage, by the way, but even if it is Total Divas related, it's better that they're doing something with Paige than just not doing anything with her. Because now that AJ is injured for now, she's really the only good diva left on the roster, actively on the roster. Yeah, and just watching, some of these Divas matches, it really makes me hope that AJ comes back really soon. Because I don't know how much of this I can take. But as long as Paige is in there, and as long as she's actually doing stuff in there, I think that can hold me over until AJ comes back. But next up was Eric Rowan versus Luke Harper. And this really infuriates me because this is supposed to be a match between two of the Wyatt family. And they just throw it on TV for free without any build-up at all. It's pretty much the same situation as Eric Rowan versus Bray Wyatt from SmackDown the other night. They just don't build up anything anymore. And then, anyway, the actual match wasn't that great either. And Jamie Noble and Joey Mercury ended up being special referees. And, they kind of did their usual shtick. They helped Luke Harper win. Yeah. so next up was Dean Ambrose versus Bray Wyatt in an ambulance match. And as much as they were building up this match, I was surprised at how kind of early it went on. Like, I was kind of expecting it to be the main event, but then I remembered that the Authority is back. And so, no young future main event stars can main event while they're still around. But, yeah, it was a good match, I mean, they worked really hard, and I mean, I really liked it. Ambrose is dropping the elbow on Bray Wyatt through the emergency table off the top of the ambulance was a really cool, hardcore moment. But then Bray Wyatt wins, and it sounds like it's going to be the final match in the feud. And if that's the case, then they made a giant mistake by having Bray Wyatt win. Because Bray Wyatt really shouldn't have won this feud. Really, Dean Ambrose should have won this feud. And really, Dean Ambrose should have won at least one match in this feud. And Tribute to the Troops doesn't count because nobody watched that. So, really should have won at least one pay-per-view match. I say Wyatt should have won Survivor Series, then Ambrose should have won TLC, stuff like that, and they kind of been booking Ambrose kind of poorly. They kind of book him as this guy who can put on amazing matches, but he'll always lose those matches. He should have won his program with Seth Rollins, and if he had done that, then that would be fine with Wyatt winning. But it is what it is, So next up was Usos and Naomi versus Miz, Mizdow, and Alicia Fox. And this was a okay match. It was quick and it was painless. I have no idea what they're doing with these people. I have no idea what they're doing with Usos and Miz and Mizdow. Then next up was Ryback versus Seth Rollins and Kane in a handicap match. And this was another okay match. That kind of ran on for a little bit too long. It kind of ran on longer than it needed to be. And just kind of the same old from the Authority. Then next up was Adam Rose versus Big E, which technically counts as the main event because it was the final match on the show. And Big E and Adam Rose kind of fought to a no contest, and two Rosebuds ended up attacking the New Day, and the two guys ended up being Tyson Kidd and Cesaro. And I do like that they're seem to be doing something with Cesaro. Tyson Kidd I couldn't really care less about. He's never really been interesting to me at all. Yeah. And so then the main event, or the final segment on there, was the John Cena Appreciation Night party, I guess. I really don't know. But, they ended up kind of bringing out Cena and just they kind of condescend to him, right? Kind of heel, kind of condescending kind of stuff. And then they bring out Ryback, Eric Rowan, and Dolph Ziggler. And Triple H said that there would be consequences, and they said, maybe suspension without pay and stuff like that. And then they ended up going to the stage, and that instead of suspending them all, the three of them, they're all fired. And really, and upbeat music played, and just that was an awful segment. I really don't think anybody over the age of 10 actually thinks that they're fired. So it really doesn't leave that great of a cliffhanger anyway. And really, now that they were fired, what could have stopped all three of them from going after Triple H or the rest of the Authority? It doesn't really make any sense. And overall, and I was really waiting for something to happen. I was really waiting for a big payoff. Honestly, I was kind of waiting for Sting to appear, but he never did. So, I mean, overall, this was a really awful show. The Authority coming back really was unnecessary. Hopefully the show will be better next week. But it was a really poor show this week. So that's all for WWE Aftermath, Raw Aftermath number 2, and I will see you next time.